morning, students. Today I will be teaching you a chapter in history. Before going into the lesson, I will be showing a short video. Please watch it carefully.
The Harappan people practice agriculture. How do we know that, you will ask? Well, the excavation at Kalibangan provides evidence of a ploughed field. The people there grew different crops, mainly wheat and barley. In Rajasthan, barley was grown on a large scale, while in Gujarat it was ragi. Peas, sesame and lentils, that is masoor, are also cultivated. The Harappan people were also familiar with cotton. The statues, the pictures on the seals, and the remains of cloth found in the excavations indicate that the Harappan people used to weave cloth. The dress of both men and women consisted of knee-length cloth and an upper garment. Many types of ornaments have been found in excavations. They are made of gold, copper, precious stones, as also shells, cowries, seeds, etc. Men and women both used multi-strand necklaces, rings, armlets, and waistbands. Women wore bangles right up to their upper arm. A statue found at a Harappan site presents an excellent specimen of their art. It shows the man's facial features very clearly. A cloak with a beautiful trefoil pattern is draped across his shoulder.
So now you have seen the video. Can you tell me what you have seen in the video? So you have seen about the life of Harappan civilization regarding the occupation, as agriculture is the main source of their income and they grow different crops during Harappan civilization. It talks about excavation at Kalibangan. It talks about ornaments, clothes and statues found at Harappan sites. Suddenly, there was decline of Harappan civilization due to some reason. In some region there was frequent flood. In some region do not receive enough rainfall. Because of this they constantly have earthquake, which is dangerous and destruction to life and property. And there was no sufficient water. Because of that people cannot cultivate agriculture crops, and this forced them to starvation with no food and water. Because of this, people migrated to other places, leading to decline of cities. This led to emergence of Vedic civilization. Today, we are going to study about Vedic civilization. In that, we will focus on Vedic literature. The Vedic civilization is based on Vedic literature. It's known as Vedic civilization. The Vedas are considered to be our earliest literature. The Vedas are composed by rishis. Rishis are saints. Some Vedic hymns were composed by women. Hymns are songs of worship. The Vedic literature is in Sanskrit. The Vedic literature is very rich, prosperous and it is very different from other. There are 4 Vedas. The first, Rig Veda. Second, Yajurveda. Third, Samaveda. And fourth, Atharva Veda. These Vedic texts are known as Samhita. The word Veda derives from the word Vid, which means knowledge. The Vedas were also called Shruti. So in the previous chapter, you have learned about three sources of history, right? So there are three sources of history include material source, written source and oral source. The Vedas have been preserved through oral tradition, that is oral source. Now we will study each Vedas in detail. Rig Veda Samhita. The Rig Veda is considered to be the first text. Verses of the Veda is known as Richas. Richas are also called as Rig Vedas. Richas are put together to praise a particular deity called Sukta. The second one, Yajurveda Samhita. The Yajurveda contain mantra uttered during prayer ritual. Yajurveda provide guidance about how and when the different mantras must be repeated during the sacrifice rituals. The third, Samaveda Samhita. The Samaveda provide guidance on singing Rig Vedic verses to set rhythm, sound and tunes at the time of Yajna rites. The Samaveda contributed in laying the foundation of Indian musics. The fourth, Atharva Veda Samhita. The Atharva Veda is named after Atharva Rishi. This Veda is different from other three Vedas. It is more concerned with many things in day-to-day life of the people. It provides solution to disease by providing information about medicinal herbs. It also provides guidance to a king about the way he should administer his kingdom. Brahmana text, Aranyakas, Upanishads were written after the composition of Samhita. They are also included in the Vedic literature. We will study in detail one by one. Brahmana text. They were composed to provide guidance on using Vedic mantras in sacrifice ritual. Each Vedas has independent text known as Brahmanas. So second, Aranyakas. Aranyakas consist of prayers which are expressed through thoughts, and it is meditated with deep concentration in forest. The third, Upanishads. The term Upanishads indicating knowledge acquired by sitting at the feet of the teachers. It talks about events like life and death. Upanishads discuss about serious issues related to human life. Now we will study about the family system and day-to-day life of the Vedic period. In Vedic period, joint family system was prevalent. The Grihapati was the head of the family. The family system is patriarchal, where male member is the head of the family. But there were few restrictions on women, such as they cannot decide anything related to their life, such as life partner. Divorce wasn't practiced at all during Vedic period. But in terms of education, both girls and boys receive equal opportunity and equal respect was given to girls because there will be no men without a woman. Similarly, we should respect women who will be someone's daughter, sister, mother, because without a woman, no life can exist in this world. The house of the Vedic were built of wattle and daub. Wattle and daub is a composite building technique that has been used for wall construction for thousands of years. Daub is typically formed from mud plaster, made from combination of wet soil, clay, sand, animals' dung, especially cow dung, and bamboo. And the house were called as griha or shala. The diet of the people mainly consists of cereals such as wheat. In Vedic period it was called as godum. Barley were called as yava. Rice were called as viri. People have their diet include milk products such as milk, yogurt. Yogurt means dahi. Ghee, butter, honey, black gram, lentils. Lentils are called as masoor, sesame, and meat were also part of their diet. People in the Vedic period used cotton and woolen garment. They were called as valkals, and people also used clothes made from barks of trees. Similarly, animal skins were also used as clothing. Men and women used ornaments of gold, flower garlands, strings made from beads. They also use a kind of pendants called nishka, seemed to be very popular, and they used as a currency. So the below in the PPT you can see nishka money of Vedic period. It's a type of currency used during Vedic period. In Vedic period, people have some recreation activities such as entertainment. During their leisure time or free time, they used to sing, play musical instrument, dance, play board games like chess, which is similar to chess. Chariot race and hunting were a means of recreation. The main musical instruments were veena, shat, tantu, cymbals, and conch. The Persian instruments like damru and mridanga were also used. So in the PPT I have shown some musical instrument played during Vedic period. Just look at it. Now we will focus on the occupation as which are the main source of their income. So agriculture was a main occupation during Vedic period. Ox were used to plough the field. During Vedic period, animals like horses, cows, dogs had special importance. Cows were used as a medium of exchange. That is why cows were highly prized. People took special care to ensure that the cow won't be stolen because it is of high value. The horses were valued because of its speed. Chariot in the Vedic period were very popular because chariot in the Vedic period has spoked wheels which were lighter than solid wheels, which were swift and very speedy. In the Vedic period, apart from agriculture and animals husbandry, several other occupations were also practiced, such as artisan, and people practicing various occupations were an important part of the social system. Artisan is the one who is skilled in art, craft, or trade. The artisan form independent organization known as Shrinish. They are also known as guilds. The head of the guilds were known as Shresthi. During this period, the four Varna system were also practiced. The Varna system is based on division of labor. During ancient times, there were four Varnas: Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. The status of each Varnas were fixed. Each one has his own duty to perform. The following function are as follows. The function of Brahmins were learning, teaching and performing religious rites. The function of Kshatriyas is to give protection to the society. The function of Vaishya were agriculture, trade, artisan, etc. The function of Sudra was to work or serve for other three Varnas, that is, Brahmins, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas. This system is known as Varna system. In this Varna system, the status of Brahmins were regarded as superior, whereas the status of Sudras were regarded as inferior. In the beginning, Varna system was flexible because the Varna of a person was determined by his qualities and deeds, but later it was determined by his birth. Thus, flexible Varna system converted into rigid Varna system. During the course of time, Varna system converted into caste system. This led to inequalities in the society. During Vedic period, ashrama system was practiced. Ashrama means the stages in life. The human life was calculated at the rate of 100 years and divided into 4 stages, approximately each of 25 years. Each stages were called as ashrama stage. The first, Brahmacharya ashrama, from age 8 to 25 years. Before entering into social life, an individual is expected to go to teacher's house for education. Here he is expected to learn things which are useful for future's life. The second, Grihastha ashrama, from age 26 to 50 years. After completion of education, individual enters into Grihastha ashrama. He is expected to marry and perform duties toward his families and society with the help of his wife. The third, Vanaprastha ashrama, from age 51 to 75 years. After completion of family and social responsibilities, he is expected to get rid of these activities and go to forest for preparation of Sanya ashrama. He prepares for the attainment of moksha, which is the ultimate goal. Moksha is a freedom from the cycle of birth and death. The fourth, Sanya ashrama, from age group 76 to 100 years. In this stage, man completely leaves all his attachment and concentrates on attainment of moksha. As I said, moksha means a freedom from the cycle of birth and death and become one with Brahma. So, we have studied about 4 ashrama systems as practiced during Vedic period. The Vedic people worship nature, such as sun, wind, rain, lightning, storms, and rivers as their god and goddesses. The Vedic people practiced offering which was put into yajna fire, and these offerings were called as havi. Initially, yajna rites were very simple, but later on the rules of yajna became harder and harder. Because of this, importance of priests went on increasing. The Vedic people believe in cycle of nature. As summer is followed by rainy season and rainy season by winter season, this is a regular cycle in nature, right? They believe that life of all living being is a part of cycle of nature, because if the nature get angry, such as rain or wind, there will be destruction. So I would like to give one example. See, this year almost all state had a flood, losing the loved and dear ones and lead to destruction to property. So why do you think this is happening? Because People are cutting the trees and started building the house. Because of this, rainwater cannot get absorbed into the soil, especially in city, and these lead to flood. From the given example, so Vedic people look into the matter that they don't disturb the cycle of nature. They carefully work and take care of nature, as these people follow certain rules called dharma. Now we will look into the political system practiced during Vedic period. In Vedic period, each village had a head called Gramani. A group of village formed a Vish, whose head was called as Vishapati. Several Vish formed Jana. Later, Jana settled into specific region called Janapada. The head of the Janapada were known as Raja. The main duty of the king is to protect the people and collect tax such as land tax, agriculture tax, land revenue such as etc. and run the administration effectively by appointing special officer like Purohit. Purohit are the priests who conduct pujas. Senapati is the army who protect king from the enemy, were the important officer. The person who collect tax were known as Bagdag. The word Bag means share. So there are certain institutions who guide the king. So there are 4 institutions who guide the king. They are Sabha, Samiti, Vidat, Jana. Even women participate in the working of Sabha and Vedat, where Sabha considered of senior citizen of the state, whereas Samiti was the general body of the people. Much later in Vedic period, Smriti and Purnas were also considered as a part of Hinduism. Thus, we have learnt about Vedic civilization and their culture. We'll do a small summary of what we did today. The word Veda is derived from the word Ved, which means knowledge. There are 4 Vedas. First, Rig Veda Samhita. Second, Yajur Veda Samhita. Third, Sama Veda Samhita. Fourth, Athara Veda Samhita. Now we will look into family system and day-to-day life. The family system is joint family. It is patriarchal system where male member is the head of the family. The status woman is secondary. The house building is mainly made of wattle and daub. Diet mainly include rice, wheat, barley. Garments were made of cotton, woolen, and from the bark of tree, and sometimes use animal skin too. Occupation as their economic life. Agriculture is the main source of income. Apart from agriculture, animal husbandry too practiced and there was some artisan. Social life. There are 4 varnas. Brahmins, second Kshatriyas, third Vaishyas, and 4 Shudras. Now we will look into religious ideas and political life. Religious idea, they mainly worship nature such as sun, wind, river, storms, etc. And they believe in the law or cycle of nature such as summer season is followed by rainy season and rainy season is followed by winter season. And their political life is, so in Vedic period, each village had a head known as Gramani. A group of villages formed called Vish. Several Vish formed Jana. When Jana settled into specific region called Janapad. The head of Jana is known as Raja, which means king. So the main duty of the king is to protect the people and collect taxes and run the administration effectively by appointing officers like Purohit, which is a priest who conduct pujas, Bhagdag, the person who collect tax. This is just a small summary we did for today. So now we did a small summary, right? So based on this question, I would like to ask some question. So question number 1, what are the 4 Vedas? First, Rig Veda Samhita. Second, Yajur Veda Samhita. Third, Sama Veda Samhita. Fourth, Atharva Veda Samhita. Question number 2. Why were cows prized highly? Cows were prized highly because it was used as a medium of exchange. People took special care to ensure that the cow would not be stolen because it is of high value. Question number 3. What are the diet of Vedic people? Diet of the people mainly consists of cereals like wheat, barley, and rice, and also milk, yogurt, ghee, butter, honey, black gram, lentils, sesame, and meat were also a part of their diet. Now I would like to ask one application question. Think about it and answer. What will you do for effective management of drinking water when there is scanty rainfall? I repeat, what will you do for effective management of drinking water when there is scanty rainfall?